guys, I'm going to be taking out this drone with a fan. Stay tuned. Okay, so today's review is not about a drone, but it's about this fan. And can it take out a drone? I don't know. Let's do an unboxing. Oh wait, let's see what's on the box. We have our 100-speed personal fan, smart LED design, 18-watt fast charging input, up to 6 hours. JisuLife, not a great name. You can input 5 volt with 2 amps, 9 volt, or 12 volt with 1.5 watt. So you really can fast charge this with the right power brick. Battery capacity 9,000, product size 7538 by 134 millimeter. Manufactured in Shenzhen, of course, why not? China. Everything's made in China now. What's included? We got the fan. There's a brush, lanyard, cable, bag, and what's a stand, some attachment things. So now let's unbox it. Okay, I already sort of unboxed it already, but world's #1 portable fan brand? I never heard of this brand. Actually, this brand I saw inside some kind of luxury mall. I happened to pass by and they had a whole fan section, personal fan section, and this just had its own display by itself, and it was like roughly like 150 US dollars. Like, what the hell? That's so expensive. What can this possibly do? This is it, the fan, and let's keep unboxing. See what comes with it. The accessories, so it should come with all those. This I haven't opened yet. Okay, we have a brush. It's kind of like a camera brush. Manual. Who reads manuals nowadays? USB Type-C to Type-C, of course, especially with the fast charging. That's today's standard. They give you a USB-A to Type-C. So they're really just giving you everything. And there's a lanyard. Oops. Okay, let's keep unboxing. So here's a stand with a tripod mount. You feel like a sort of like a Egyptian pharaoh or something like that with their slaves, you know, fanning you, but now it's like you can mount this on a tripod and have this be your fan slave or whatever. This is modern times. We can live like kings. Funnel to really funnel the airspeed, I guess. And then this one is, why would you want? So you want less funneling action, but you want a flat action. Maybe like a air sweeper or hair dryer, something like that. And we got the bag. Okay, that looks to be it. So what is this thing about? What's a pros and what's a con? This is Will EDC. I do EDC products, so which includes any kind of everyday product. And I guess, can you include this with as a everyday carry product? I would say no from the start. Okay, how should we do this? I'll go through the pros and cons and then do what uses I think it's for. I can say straight out, if you want to save time, I don't recommend this as a personal fan. You can shut the video off. I'll save you some time. But I'll tell you what the pros are for it, and then we can go from there. So what this boasts and what attracted me to this from that mall was that it had a lot of speed for such a compact size. So hold the button, here's a power button, we have the 100 settings, completely unnecessary to have that much. They probably could have just had like a low, medium, high turbo mode. This look like it's flickering a bit, but it's solid. This is the light, press the button in the back and you can change it. So this is a breathing, it's doing a breathing mode. They have it SOS? Who's going to use an SOS for this? It's crazy. Whatever. Honestly, okay, I just want to say, you don't need SOS functions. You can put your hand in front of a light and just do like SOS like this way, just a FYI for people. I'm really not a fan of SOS mode, but yeah, so off, or then you can have the first mode, which is related to the speed. So as you speed it up, and the light gets brighter. That's a button. Type-C. So basically 2 buttons and this scrolling. Definitely not weatherproof or waterproof, friendly, rainproof. There's a lot of electronic exposed, right? So I guess that could be the first con, right? There's no dust cover here. This only has one metal filter thing. And yeah, if your finger's wet, you're just like sliding that wet stuff right into the electronics. And yeah, so to get back to the point, what I was attracted to is the massive speed this can create from such a small product. And do you want to hear it? It's nuts. This thing is, whoa, baby. Oh, do you hear that? Oh my god. Oh my god. That's what I love. Okay, that sold me. That right there just sold me. So, massive speed in such a compact format, and notice that it got so quiet. Massive speed for such a small format, and also the sound it makes. Oh my god, it sounds like a jet engine. And whenever I hear that thing, just for me, like, oh, that novelty just really sold me to that sound when it just ramps down. It sounds like you have your own personal fighter jet. Oh, I love the whine of it. But that's another con. Boo. The sound, the pitch noise is actually quite high. So you're watching only for probably like a few seconds at this point. But imagining running this for an hour. You know, they say up to 6 hours. I have tested this and ran it for an hour with the light running on this. And it ate up about 16%. Ate about 16% in 1 hour. So I would say maybe it is probably fairly accurate for them. It will calculate to about maybe 6.5 or 6.25 hours. So it is roughly about 6 hours, and that's for the lowest 1%. And then at max, it should be 1 hour. But I don't know who's gonna run this on max the whole time. Okay, that's actually, I wanna get the noise level. So let's see, 78 decibel. Okay. So at 1%, let's see, we're at this 76 decibel, and the watch is fairly close to the device, right? Let's try to go high. Let's just see, 84 decibel. Uh-oh, it's too loud. Let's get higher, 100%. Whoa, did you see that? It's flying out of here. Bye. Review over. What the hell? What is it doing? Do you see how powerful this thing is? Bye-bye. Jeez. Alright. Jeez. It's just really a show-off. Can I just compare that to something else? Okay, let's be scientific. A normal $15 personal fan, 66. Whoops, that's it. Too high? Yeah, 70 decibel. So 70 decibel. Okay, yeah, okay. I take that back. The decibel is loud and the pitch is loud. If I run this in another room and I run even on the lowest setting, I can hear it in another room. It kind of sounds like you're running a vacuum cleaner or something like that. So just straight off the bat, it's like for a personal fan, it feels like it's not a really good thing. And I think that it does have a lot of power, and even at the lowest setting, it's actually quite strong. Let's say that 1%, let's see. Lowest versus you have to be at least at the second level, and there's 3 levels of this just to be at the lowest setting. So that's on my wish list, is that I wish that there was an even lower setting, hoping that the sound would go down. But yeah, oh my god. So the weather problem is definitely not weather resistant. I'm not sure how much in outdoors you would use this for. The noise level it's crazy, and not just the noise, it's the pitch. So imagine doing this for a long time, the pitch is just going to drive you nuts. But if it was a short time, maybe it wouldn't drive you nuts. So Pro would be the super strong, especially in this kind of compact form. Then now let's talk about a con again. We're talking about the weight. This thing is, ooh, this is low. Don't tell me this is out. Please, one more, just give me more. 310. Ooh. Thank you, just give me one more. 310 versus a power bank. 178, okay. Oh my god, this thing is heavy. 9,000 milliamp capacity is actually quite high. This is 10,000, so you imagine this kind of weight. This thing is heavy. So as an EDC, my standards of EDC is lightweight, compact, and useful. That means you're able to carry it every day, so every day EDC. But this is small and compact, and useful, but it's not lightweight. So I can imagine anyone trying to EDC this. You have other better options if you're like inside a hot weather climate area and you need some kind of cooling. So yeah, pros, premium, all the accessories, they didn't cheap it out. This thing, I spent $75 on this. It's the only reason I pulled the trigger on it, because of the novelty. I think it's so much fun, and I have other use. My other use would be using it as more of a air duster. So yeah, like all of the cons of it as a personal fan, yeah, you can't use this. It's actually closer to this. This is just a generic, very generic and cool. Let's see. Ooh, sounds like a hair dryer. Oh, at the lowest setting is already 80 something. Yeah, went to like 93. So yeah, now you're starting to see what kind of DNA it's actually closer to. So you get that. Where's my other accessory? Yeah. And you maybe put this on it. Now you got an air duster. So personal fan, no, unless it's emergency. So imagine if you were a person who is maybe hiking in somewhere that's really hot and not willing to really carry the personal fan and use it all the time. You don't have to, but when you're at a spot where it's like very stagnant in the woods, or it could be that you're at a rest point and it's super hot, you can just have something like this as a temporary fan or emergency fan. I almost want to say this is like an EMT device or something like that, because it blows so much wind. It's such a compact form, and that you really can cool something, either dry or cool it. You can cool it at a very fast rate, much faster than any kind of personal fan. I actually use this as a hair dryer because I don't like to use heat. I can almost say this is a hair dryer. I don't want to say, you know, I recommend this as a hair dryer, because if you had your hair pulled in here, they actually warn you about it. Imagine that sucking through that little turbine thing. This is like, it feels like it's a 2-stage turbine jet engine something. It's like equivalent of like sitting next to the engine of inside a commercial jetliner. That's what it kind of feels like. I mean, maybe you need earplugs to use this. Short-term use, cool. Blowing dust, drying things like your wet bike. You just want to blow off all the water from the nooks and crannies, the stuff that makes all the bolts rust inside the derailleurs and other things. So you can use something like this for drying things. And if you're a male, hair dryer, male, because you have short, or female with short hair, okay? So just nothing long hair you can do that. If you look closely, actually you can see some of the dust in here. So yeah, they give you the brush to clean it, but that makes me think about the long term. Will this like get super dusty on the inside? And can you clean it? No, you can't actually open this. I twisted it and tried, just doesn't budge. Makes sense. If I was an engineer and you had such a high speed, and I think they rate 75,000 RPM or some crazy stuff like that. If you had something like that, yeah, I wouldn't want anything that goes in it, front or back. So I think them kind of sealing it off makes sense. It's just that long term, I have no idea, can this last, or how much dirt or dust is gonna accumulate. It may not accumulate anything. It might be effective. It just self-cleans itself because it's just blowing it with such intensity. It'll blow off the dust. As long as you're not using it, let's say a con, you wouldn't use this for exhausting food, smoke, or oily food, you know, particles in the air that can, you know, just accumulate inside and make it dirty and make it smell. So you wouldn't do it for that, but for other things you can. Let me just say for the drone people as well, these drones, the cheapo drones, are built with no exhaust inside of it. So actually they overheat if you are doing firmware updates. If you're letting static, it's mostly for firmware updates and these kind of things. You're not supposed to let them run because they can't cool themselves off. So in that instance, you should really just keep a fan on it and just run a fan to keep it cool while you're updating. So, you know, like this can be useful for like many tasks, for like that small tasks for cooling items. Okay, did I go through everything? Oh, well, I also like, you know, for like, it's an air blower, blows dust off your electronics and everything like that. But also, I like to use it for my RoboVac. When you have the vacuum filter inside of it, you don't have to just vacuum it. You actually can put the attachment on and you can blow out the dust. And trust me, it blows out so much more dust out of it. And then what you end up having is your vacuum cleaner perform at its optimum factory level, because it's like it's running the filter new every time you clean it this way. So super useful. It's just not useful as a personal fan. So what did I write down as wish list? Wish list, I wish they can just have a lower setting. So as you turn it on, notice you can see the different, as you're ramping up and down. Just want to show you that you can double click it if you wanted to get into the battery percentage, just to see how much you're using up, and then just roll it to see the power level again. I gotta go through this sound again. full speed. Oh man, and then listen. Ooh, oh my god, I love the sound when it's like just cranking up and down. Sorry, weird. This kind of small novelty really gets me. Wish list, whisper mode maybe? Maybe just regular settings like low, medium, high, turbo. Just give me low, medium, high, right? Okay. Maybe is there a dust cover that they can put on this, but I don't think they can do that, so that's a bad wish list. I think it's just so high power that this is the best they can do. It's just this chicken wire. Okay, I think that's it. Let's not make this review longer than it should be. So yeah, here it is. They claim world's #1 portable fan brand. Never heard of it, but yeah, I can tell the quality is super top notch, and I understand why the engineers decide on the 9,000 battery, because you can imagine if you're running this at full speed and it's running only an hour at 9,000 capacity battery, you can imagine how much amps is being fed into this, right? So if you're a flashlight person, you already understand this, like 1C and everything like that. You know, like a higher capacity battery can provide with less resistance, more energy through to the thing. If they had something like 3,000, yes, it will make it lighter, but the runtime will be shorter. Okay, that's fine, but also, like if it took 9 amps to run that, just say 9 amps. If it took 9 amps to run it at 100%, then that 3 amp is running at 3C instead of like 1C. So it's taxing. And when that battery builds the resistance as it age, then the performance will reduce. So it makes sense that they went for such a higher capacity, and that's what you're paying for, right? So $75, you think it's worth it as a high quality air blower? I think so, yeah. It works very well. I try to knock out my drone with it, and I am more impressed by my DJI NEO that it's I just had it point blank and I can't knock this drone off. So I think they claim 19 meters per second on this, and that's impressive. Very impressive that the drone is very impressive and this is very impressive. Anyway, that's it. This is the review for this portable fan, which is, I wish they would market it as portable air duster instead. But I can imagine one personal use, and that it's just emergency. You're stopping, you want to just cool off as fast as possible. You don't like hold the fan up, and you just blow on yourself for like 30 seconds, 1 minute, and you can kind of like quick cool yourself or someone else. So if you're hiking with the different people and there's elderly inside the group, and then they might be suffering heat stroke or some kind of problem, you never know, then you can help them. This can be a tool for health in that kind of aspect. So that's it. Review over. Thanks for watching, and like and subscribe. Those are free things you can do to support the channel, and see you next time. No, wait, one more thing. Let me help the consumer out. Okay, so this is what I would recommend for a personal fan. If you're EDC, yeah, you can carry this. It's still weight to carry, but this weighs nothing. Can I weigh this? Come on, battery. It says low. Oh, come on, just give me one more. Yes. 15 grams. 31 grams, okay. Got it. 15 and 31 with the packaging. So you get it. These are something I bought from Daiso. Daiso is a Japanese like budget store, and it's only cost like $2 Singapore or something. This is equivalent, like I guess like $1.50 or something US. So this is a folding fan that they sell, and I think this is a great EDC item. If there's times that you possibly need to cool down, and you just, what are you going to use? A piece of paper or something like that? You can use this. This weighs nothing. It's just like a portable camping tent. It's like that kind of style where you twist it to make it compact, and you can hear that? Can you see that blowing away, right? So it works. You actually can fan yourself with this, and it's so portable. 15 grams, $1.50. Next, you're getting stylish. That's modern. You want stylish, you want EDC something. This is, it's a bit larger for your EDC bag, but yeah. If you had to travel in a hot tropical area, Thailand or whatever, and you need to EDC something lightweight, 30 grams, and let's see. Wow, this can create a lot of wind. And if you just, that's still creating wind. This is cooling you down. Very little effort. And I look so stylish and demure and feminine. This is actually cool, man. How did they do this for $1.50? They even did these little things. Damn. Okay, that's Daiso. So I don't know if you have a Daiso in your area or something similar. Just look for these products. I'm sure you can find this maybe on AliExpress or wherever. If you're looking for real lightweight, this gives you like no excuse if you're going to a hot tropical environment and you don't need to carry extra batteries or anything. I think this probably is the #1 fan thing, right? So this is the best, recommended. There you go. Review is over.
Yeah.